Feel that as a president you have to have immunity, very simple. And if you don't, as an example, if this case were lost on immunity and I did nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong, I'm working for the country, and I worked on very hard on voter fraud, because we have to have free elections, we have to have strong borders, we have to have free elections, those two things almost above all. And we found tremendous voter fraud. We have a list of it. We have some findings if you want it. The press doesn't like reporting it, but we found tremendous voter fraud, determinative voter fraud. But we worked on that. That's what I was doing. And they were talking about after. Well, nothing has to do with after I left. It was during the time. And that was what they really focused on today during the appeal. And they concede that, and everybody concedes that. And if it's during the time, you have absolute immunity. So we'll see how it all works out. We have a great argument. We have an argument with a conceded.
What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro, back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Trump just said in that previous clip, this is all one big political witch hunt, guys. This is all politically motivated. They're weaponizing the Department of Justice system against a political opponent in order to keep him off that ballot and out of that seat as president in 2024, guys. Speaking of all politically motivated, we've got Letitia James up in New York, and not only Letitia James, but Fani Willis being connected together back to the White House in D.C., guys, all in coordination with their cases. Guys, I'm excited to check out this clip. I've got on the two rogue agents, guys, Letitia James and Fani Willis. So we're going to jump straight into the clip, and I'll give my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end so you guys get my thoughts on the back end. But let's get straight into it, y'all. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys smash that like button, guys. It does not cost a thing. Smash that like button. Also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
I found one last article on Politico about both Letitia James and Fani Willis, what ties them to the White House. And I have this clip from Sean Hannity too. So let's watch it together. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TenNapel. I'm here to bring you guys the best in news entertainment. We're going to inform you and give you a little smile.
And a new bombshell report from Politico revealing that the January 6th committee helped guide the early days of the Trump Georgia probe.
Okay, so this is the first I heard of this, that the January 6th committee guided the early days of the Georgia Trump probe. Now, the January 6th committee, who are they? It's like Liz Cheney and Kinzinger and the big Nancy Pelosi set up against Trump when they first did the investigation. Well, now we find out they were sharing information with Fani Willis and Letitia James. Nobodies, before they were even on the scene, they were getting secret access to this information to set up Trump. Here's Georgia prosecutors probing Donald Trump's effort to subvert the 2020 election got an early boost in the spring of 2022. It came from another set of investigators who were way ahead of them, the House January 6th Select Committee. Now that officially ties all of it together on this channel. As you know, we cover The View. And we were hitting Liz Cheney on The View last week. You go, well, Doug, why are you doing so much The View? Because Liz Cheney's on it. And Liz Cheney is part of this January 6th committee, which we've been covering now through Letitia James and Fani Willis are tied to that January 6th committee, to Liz Cheney, which connects them even to The View. So really, these are all different tentacles of one giant corrupt octopus that we just so happen to luck out and have been covering all along. The committee staff quietly met with lawyers and agents working with Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis in mid-April 2022, just as she prepared to convene a special grand jury investigation. In the previously unreported meeting, January 6th committee aides let the district attorney's team review, but not keep a limited set of evidence they had garnered. So they were allowed to see it, didn't let her walk out with it because that would put evidence that we could actually uncover. Over the next few months, committee staff also had a series of phone calls with Willis's team, They answered the prosecutor's questions and shared insight on matters like Trump's false electors gambit and his efforts to pressure Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Both of those ploys ultimately featured prominently in the criminal charges that Willis brought against Trump and his allies last summer. So really, Fani Willis is not that good. She got all the information pumped into her from the White House. As you'll see later in this video, Alina Habba talks about them literally meeting on the front lawn with Kamala Harris. When congressional Republicans recently pressed Willis to disclose her team's contacts with the January 6th committee, that was Jim Jordan, she refused, calling their inquiry an affront to, quote, well-established principles of federalism and separation of powers, unquote. However, that's just an excuse. She didn't give a real good reason why. She just said, hey, separation of powers. It's a cover-up. She's guilty.
According to the visitor logs, both visited the Biden White House in the last 2 years. Here with reaction, Trump legal spokesperson Alina Habba is back with us. Alina, great to have you.
I believe there are also reports that she had been at Miss Kamala Harris's home. This is not normal. She is a New York attorney general voted by the New York constituents. And the only thing they all have in common is the Soros backing.
Oh, Letitia James. This is funny. Alina Habba goes, look, the only thing that they really have in common with Letitia James, Alvin Bragg, Fani Willis is they're funded by George Soros, leftist, Marxist, anti-American, number one contributor to the Democrat Party, George Soros. Because otherwise, there's no reason why they'd all happen to do this together. They wouldn't all happen to be coordinated this way. That is the uniting feature, is this is election interference by George Soros, someone funding the very top of the Democrat Party, all coordinated.
I cannot understand why she would have cause in the middle of a trial to go see the White House and the Biden administration, let alone the top. One of the records said that they met on the front lawn. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
This ends up standing out. What happens is it reveals the corruption. Like I said, the timing is everything. Watching dates, watching when they choose to sue Trump, like after he decided to run, watching when they go to the White House, watching when they are put on the case right after they visit with Jack Smith. That starts showing the coordination. Now, we know those conversations happen. We're not allowed to have access to their emails because the FBI, the Department of Justice, is part of the cover-up. So that's why they will never allow that to happen. They'll force X and Elon Musk, they'll force X to give up their personal direct messages and emails and Trump's direct messages and emails that he did on X, but they won't do it to Fani Willis and Letitia James.
This is unbelievable. I thought Georgia was bad. And then today I have to sit in court and get notice that this person has now weaponized her, which we already knew, but now that she's coordinating as well with the Biden administration. What was she there for? Coffee?
Now, why would she, in the middle of this trial, have a reason to go visit? Why would she have reason to go visit the Biden administration? Why? Not for coffee, to organize this whole thing. These people are plants and suckers. Letitia James is a plant. This is an anti-American plant.
You got to get popcorn at this point, but it's not a joke, Sean. These are real people.
Yeah, you got to get popcorn at this point. That's why we put that in the title. Get your popcorn ready, everybody.
Not one piece after 11 weeks shows that any of them committed fraud. All that it shows is one thing: desperation and election interference. It is pathetic.
Alina.
It is obvious. And the American people get it.
Oh, yeah, you get it now. If you watch the show, you're informed. Look, you don't have to agree with me. Just let me make my case and bring you some facts, and then you can make your own decision. The American people, you're not going to hear about this on MSNBC, CNN, the big media, big tech companies. They won't even tell you. That tells me that they think you're dumb and they think you're a sucker. I'm giving you the other side of the story, and you can reject it all you want, or you can agree, but at least I respect you enough to give you the other side, that this is a top-down orchestrated. I think it's a scam, and I think it's getting clearer and clearer over time, because it went from Biden going, I know nothing. I know nothing about these things. And you have Fani Willis, Letitia James going, we follow the law wherever it leads. This is not corruption at all. And now we're starting to see it. And now I hope you're starting to see it too.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. Definitely going to be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those of you who want to go over there and check that out. Also, for you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug some love. Oh my goodness, guys. This whole thing that the Biden administration has conjured up is about to explode and break open at the seams, guys. We're saying that this is a political witch hunt all the way from the top level to the bottom, guys. I mean, come on, guys. Give me a break. They're not even trying to hide this anymore. They're doing it right in front of our eyes. We've got New York Attorney General Letitia James traveling out to D.C. mid-civil fraud case in efforts to meet with Kamala Harris, the VP. You know what that was, guys. That was a meeting on the front line in plain sight, just to get an update on how the case is going and to implant further, suggestions on where she should take the case and how she should, nail Trump to the coffin. That's what this has been about this whole time, guys. All of these cases, we got Fani Willis, we got Letitia James, we got Jack Smith. All these cases, guys, are brought about by the Biden administration, guys. They're all working in connection. We're seeing that now with the J6 committee. Been sharing information, what it sounds like, with both Fani Willis and Letitia James. Both rogue agents were in coordination with the J6 committee, which is illegal in itself, guys. This is before they were anybody. This is before they were appointed on the case. They were just regular, attorney general and district attorney. And they're getting, privy to this information for what? This was all planned and plotted in the backgrounds, guys. They knew what they were doing. They knew they were about to try to bring a whirlwind of cases. As soon as Trump announced that he was going to run for, presidency in 2024, you guys, they brought about all these charade cases in order to, trip him up. They wanted a bunch of roadblocks in the way. They didn't want to make it easy because they knew their candidate Biden did not stand a chance. The more they found out and the more the polls started to show that Biden was slipping, the more they tried to, bring about these hits for Trump. It has not worked, guys. Time and time again, these rogue agents are, fumbling over themselves because they've never been in these positions before. They've never been involved in cases of such high magnitude. I don't feel like they know how to, nail someone to the coffin. They should probably learn, perfect their craft before, they try to weaponize the system against someone, because it seems like they've all been, tripping themselves up and getting in a lot of trouble. Most recent, Fani Willis and her $500,000 money laundering scheme with her boyfriend. Now we've got Fani Willis and New York's Attorney General Letitia James caught in connection with Nancy Pelosi's J6 committee, guys, swapping information before they've brought about or been assigned to any cases, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on these new developments. Definitely pointing towards this is all, brought about by one entity, guys, and it seems like it's pointing towards the Biden administration. Definitely hop in the comment section, guys, and let me know your thoughts on that. Also, make sure you guys smash that like button, guys. It does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy. Also, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one.